Okay, let's dive right into this explainer and explore the absolute transformation of Fresno County. When most people think of California, their minds immediately jump to the beaches of LA or the tech hubs up in San Francisco. But today, we're focusing on the state's Central Valley. Specifically, we're looking at a region that has fundamentally shaped what Americans are eating every single day. We're going to unpack the history, the diverse people, and, frankly, the precarious future of one of the most productive pieces of land on planet Earth. To really wrap our heads around the sheer scale we're dealing with here, consider its agricultural production value from just a single year back in 2017, nearly $8 billion. That is the massive economic weight of Fresno County's harvest. This isn't just your standard farming community, we are talking about an absolute titan of global food production. But, of course, it wasn't always this way. So the crucial question we're going to uncover today is how this massive empire was actually built, and exactly who built it. Because turning a naturally dry, sprawling valley into an $8 billion agricultural engine, that requires immense labor, some serious ingenuity, and a constant, sometimes incredibly fragile, manipulation of natural resources.
Section 1. The roots of the ash tree. It's a pretty wild little detail, but the county's name, Fresno, is actually Spanish for ash tree. When Spanish soldiers rolled through in the early 1800s, they noticed an abundance of these shrubby, local ash trees growing right along the San Joaquin River and named the area after them. In fact, they supposedly named it after two specific ash trees near the town of Minkler, and incredibly, one of those trees is literally still standing today. But obviously, the Spanish were definitely not the first to appreciate this valley. Long before any Spanish soldiers arrived in 1806, the Yocots and Mono peoples considered this expansive paradise their forever home. The Yocots were incredibly established, forming 63 distinct tribes across the valley and foothills. They were largely gatherers and hunters, relying really heavily on acorns as a staple of their daily diet. Meanwhile, the Mono tribes made their homes up in the mountainous regions. Tragically, as the 19th century went on, massive displacement forced many of the Mono people from their ancestral lands, and they ended up surviving this harsh new reality by working as ranch hands on the exact same land that had just been taken from them. Section 2. Sowing the seeds. Things moved incredibly fast in the 19th century, shifting the region from open plains to heavily connected settlements almost overnight. Fresno County was officially formed in 1856. By 1865, you had pioneers like William Helm bringing in massive flocks of sheep. Helm alone was running 22,000 of them. But the real game changer? That was 1872. The arrival of the Central Pacific Railroad brought new towns, booming commerce, and a huge surge of inhabitants, permanently altering the trajectory of the entire valley. Building the foundation of this booming community took a deeply diverse group of early pioneers. You had African Americans arriving during the gold rush, stepping up as vital ranchers and entrepreneurs. Latinos, which included the original Californios and newer Mexican immigrants, provided the absolutely essential labor that built those railroads and worked the early fields. Plus, you had Basque immigrants. These were folks who originally left the Pyrenees Mountains for Argentina before heading up to California, and they brought this unmatched expertise in sheep herding to the vast plains on the west side.
Section 3. The bountiful harvest. Now, once the land was fully settled and these extensive, massive irrigation canals were dug, the region literally erupted into 1.88 million acres of cultivated land. That is nearly half of the county's entire total area today. We're talking about over 2,900 square miles of intensely farmed earth, and it's this staggering scale that allows Fresno to grow over 300 different types of crops.
Okay, I absolutely love this fact. A simple human accident sparked an industry that now ships its product all over the globe. Back in 1875, a prominent early settler named Francis Eisen literally just forgot about some of his grapes. He let them dry out on the vine under that hot California sun, and today, companies like Sun-Maid are massive employers in the region, all thanks to a totally happy accident over a century ago.
And the economic weight of these crops is just wild, especially when you look at just 2 out of those 300-plus varieties. In 2017 alone, the grape harvest brought in over $1 billion. $1 billion! Peaches brought in over $264 million. The valley floor is essentially functioning as this giant, highly optimized outdoor factory perfectly calibrated for high-yield agriculture.
Think about this for a second. 40% of all pistachios produced in the entire United States come right from Fresno, California. That means almost half the time you're snacking on a pistachio here in America, you literally have Fresno County's farmers to thank. It is a perfect example of why this matters directly to you.
This single county's output essentially dictates what sits on our national grocery store shelves.
Now, while agriculture is the undeniable king here, an economy of this size requires a ton of support. With over 1 million residents today, massive healthcare networks like Children's Hospital, alongside huge government facilities like the IRS, have grown rapidly to provide crucial employment. The economy is constantly diversifying just to sustain the enormous workforce that farming originally drew to the region.
Section 4. The modern landscape.
Fast forward to today, and the 2020 census data confirms exactly what history set in motion. A vibrant, predominantly Latino community built on decades of migration and agricultural work. Over 53% of the county identifies as Hispanic or Latino. This demographic reality is the direct, living result of that massive 20th century agricultural boom, which relied so heavily on workers from Mexico and other parts of Latin America to harvest the valley's incredible wealth.
And politically speaking, Fresno is a fascinating case study because there's a very stark geographic split between the urban and rural centers. On one hand, the rural agricultural perimeters, the mountain communities, and cities like Clovis tend to lean solidly Republican. On the other hand, the dense urban core of southern Fresno and smaller towns like Sanger lean Democratic. It creates this deeply purple, highly contested region.
And that geographic divide makes Fresno a highly competitive bellwether county that actively swings its vote based heavily on agrarian and economic tides. Fresno solidly supported New Deal Democrats for decades, then it shifted toward the GOP with Ronald Reagan. Recently, it backed Joe Biden in 2020 and then swung right back to Donald Trump in 2024. It's a county where voters are highly pragmatic, totally focused on the economy and local industry, which makes it incredibly unpredictable on the national stage.
But here is the catch. This massive economic engine demands fuel. Back in the year 2000, Fresno County withdrew more fresh water daily than any other county in the U.S. We're talking 3.7 billion gallons every single day. You simply cannot sustain almost 2 million acres of thirsty crops in a naturally dry valley without moving absolute oceans of water through a complex system of canals and pumps. And that reliance brings us to the most critical issue they face today.
Because of that immense thirst, the fragile balance of this multi-billion-dollar ecosystem is constantly under threat. California's increasingly severe statewide droughts put a massive, scary strain on that 3.7 billion gallon a day habit. But it's actually not just the water. The heavy use of modern farming techniques has led to superweeds, like mare's tail, which have developed a resistance to standard herbicides like glyphosate. And remember that billion-dollar grape industry? Yeah, it's under constant threat from Pierce's disease, which is carried by a destructive invasive insect called the glassy-winged sharpshooter.
Which leaves us with one final critical question. How will this monumental tapestry of communities cultivate their future as resources literally run dry? Fresno County is undeniably a marvel of human engineering and diverse cultural collaboration. It quite literally feeds the nation. But as droughts intensify and these biological threats evolve, the very foundation of this $8 billion empire is being heavily tested. It's an issue not just for Fresno, but for every single one of us who relies on the food they grow. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this gives you a whole new perspective the next time you pick up a California peach or snack on a box of raisins.